What's good, everybody? How you doing? We are back. It is the Unfiltered Cast. Feels great to be back. How we doing, gentlemen? How are we doing?
Bro, look at Rock. Nice and tight, bro.
I'm ready.
How are we
Are
doing?
you ready? Hey,
Bro.
today is special. Today's special. You guys know last episode we gave y'all a banger episode. Hopefully y'all really sat down with that. I feel like the episode has a lot of replay
good insight
value.
from Milo, bro. That was a banger, bro. That was a banger. That was one for the
And I
books.
think that's like
Episode.
an episode has so much replay value for all the aspiring content creators. But
For sure.
today, I think it's another aspiring
nice.
episode from the Unfiltered Cast. Listen, I know we haven't been pumping out as much as we'd like, but it's because every episode we bring is quality.
Exactly.
Y'all don't understand
Guys,
how
we're
much
gonna
time behind the
unpack.
scenes this goes.
So much is gonna be unpacked today, as it
much
is with
is
every
gonna be talked
episode.
about?
We're gonna dive into the story of Rock. We're gonna talk about Faze. We're gonna have a crazy thing at the ending. Be sure to stick around and wait, bro. It's gonna be a crazy episode, guys.
It's
gonna be
amazing.
it's
And
gonna
you
be
know,
a banger.
we never
forward to this.
did episodes where we actually introduce ourselves. And we thought, instead of having guests on, why don't we let y'all get to know us? So
Exactly.
maybe on certain, specials, like if we hit 100th episode or something, we'll do a get to know us episode. But today we want to focus on Big Rock. And they have a lot of stories to tell. And one is that two of the Unfiltered Cast actually got to meet up with each other in person recently. Y'all want
Yup.
to share that story?
That's fucking crazy.
Me and
man.
Rockamoose. Me and Will, we met, guys. Me and him, we
Yup.
we touched hands. Okay. Go ahead.
that all you
yeah,
did?
No, it's it almost went a little crazy there.
My bad, man.
Rock,
my
yeah,
bad.
tell him the
Alright.
story about how this came to be.
So, I had this crazy video idea that I was going to use for the Phase 1 challenge, where I was going to talk to a bunch of my friends and see a specific day during the week, or like a whole weekend during a specific week, if they were all free, and if they'd be okay with me coming to their house unannounced. I was going to put all their names in a bowl, pick one at random, and just show up. But they'd all kind of know I'd be there. They just wouldn't know if I actually picked them. So the Phase 1 video drops. They say, hey, you got to make a video that's like crazy. Introduce yourself. Show you want to join Phase and what you would do with a fucking $1 million, right? Pierre tells me with a stupid smile on his face, you have to make the video. And I was like, fuck.
I was like, you have to do it.
I was gonna talk myself out of it completely, and lo and
Because it could be your
behold,
only shot, bro. It could be your only shot of making it. You had to do
Right.
the video idea. I was like, bro,
Yeah.
it only fits.
Nope. Lo and behold, I bought a plane ticket for me and my girlfriend, and we showed up to his house.
They
and
showed up to
stayed
my
an
crib,
entire
bro.
weekend.
Bro, they showed up to Austin, Texas, and they were here for a whole weekend, bro. It was crazy. Dog.
I was no longer over the internet.
it was no
what
longer
that
over the
like?
internet. It was like,
Yeah,
it was
I
real
wanted
life.
to ask, like, what's that initial reaction when y'all first linked up and y'all like seen each other and you're like, okay, like this is real, like this is him.
Bro, it actually was recorded. Like that, him in his phaser thing, like that, him running in here, that was literally the first time. Like that was not scripted. That was the first time. So you
I
can
was
kind
gonna
of see.
ask, but like, how did he like get in your apartment to like surprise you? Like, how did that work?
He joked about leaving a key under his doormat, and
It's like you just unlocked his door
did-
and ran into
I
his room.
literally, you can
The key
see
was
me
there,
do it.
dog.
I lifted up, and the key's right there, like he always said it was.
Oh man,
Dude,
I
I
was just
love
wondering
that.
if that was legit or not. Like,
Nah,
that's-
he
that
didn't
was
like
real.
knock and us meet and then him go out and then record. He literally got there,
'Cause-
came
yeah.
in. That was the first
yeah,
time we
'cause
ever
your
saw each
face
other.
was genuinely in shock, and I was
Nah,
like,
that
oh
was
my
not fake. That
God.
was genuine. That was like the
I
first
didn't
encounter.
know how he would react. I was really nervous about that. I was like, fuck. Okay,
Imagine
Did
if
you,
you,
so
did you like
crash.
sneak in?
Because
Like,
the
did
thing
you try
was,
to be
I
quiet?
knew he
Yep.
was gonna be there that day, but I had no
Yeah.
idea what time.
which is so like some people don't get that, but it's like I couldn't at that. I had no time to really make sure that he didn't know I was going to be there.
And it's
But
invasion
I
of
wasn't
privacy,
going
so
to.
he was
I
just being
wasn't going to
safe.
tell him exactly what time.
Yeah, bro. 'cause
So
I'll
when
whip
I
out
was
a-
there, I was there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just.
So like
fought, bro.
he could have been there at 9. He could have been there at 7 p.m. I did not know. So that it did make it more genuine because
So when I
he came
walked
at like 11 a.m. So it was like
Yep.
boom. I was literally
I walked
working.
up
He
in
walked
there,
in.
bro. Me and Caitlin got here. Oh god, our Uber was so pissed. Our Uber did not like us at all. But
Why? What happened?
because we got the addresses mixed up, and you're actually supposed to like pay like an extra amount of money, but I think he just wanted us out of the Uber at that point. So he
Okay.
he took us there and just kicked us out pretty much. So we were like, "All right, fuck it." So we went around his apartment complex because we didn't actually know which building it was. So we just walked around, and
Bro,
we found it.
that's like a
because I
lot
can
of
remember
walking,
it,
bro. This is a big complex, so that blew my mind when you
Dog,
said that. They
I
were just
could
walking because
tell.
there's like 7,000 different little buildings in this thing. So the fact that they just walked around and finally found it, that's crazy.
That's so
Dude,
funny.
it was I like tried to think of like visual cues from like Discord that I've seen, and I like literally saw like, hey, that gate looks familiar. Like, and there's gates all on the bottom floors. So I was like, hey, that's the one. We walked in it. I unlocked the door as quietly as I could, and I walked into the living room, all the way out to almost his kitchen. I looked into his room. I could see his knee propped up on his leg. I was like, oh, he's editing. He has no idea we're here. So
And
I backed up.
I didn't know at that point.
I was like, Caitlin, he's fucking in there. I was like, there's no way. So I like strolled back over to it, ran into it, and we met.
It was crazy.
That is the craziest
Nah,
shit.
but for real, we can dive into it and talk about it because I know a lot of people really want to know because like it's scary when you're meeting an online friend because it's like, dude, we vibe over the internet. Like we have a great relationship, but it's like that's a different thing we haven't experienced, and the fear
meeting
of
in
it
real life.
not going as planned is scary. That's a scary fear.
Yeah.
You're like, bro, I love this guy. I hope this works out in person.
We interrupt this podcast for our sponsor. Support for Unfiltered Cast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision engineered tools to your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 4 million women worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer to you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code UF at manscaped.com. Here's the trimmer. Imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed and optimized trimmer that makes your shaving time your favorite time in the bathroom. It's definitely my favorite time. I'm one of the first people to try the new 4.0. Fact. And I'm blown away by the performance and the craftsmanship and details on the 4.0 are next level. Manscaped engineered the ultimate groin and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and an incredibly comfortable grooming experience. The 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce the grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. I now feel confident shaving my boys. This upgraded trimmer includes a multifunction on and off switch that can engage a travel lock. It also gives you the ability to turn on the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for more precise shave. Just like that. The Lawnmower 4.0 even allows you to customize your trim through additional guard length sizes 1 through 4. Did I mention wireless charging? The new wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction, which can help battery length last longer. It's been a while since I've charged mine. I'll be honest with you. If you've been shaving with the same nut trimmer on your face, you've been doing it wrong. No person wants to end up with pubes in their mouth. It's time to get your own ball hair and body trimmer with Manscaped to take me time to the best time and enhance your confidence with some nice, smooth boys. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code UF. Your balls will thank you. Let's get back to the program.
If it doesn't, what are we gonna do? That's a scary thought.
Yeah.
And that fear it translated, but that wasn't a problem with us for the most part, right? Like that was fine with me. There was no awkwardness. That wasn't a thing. Conversations flowed the exact same. Like it was just like it was more of like a happiness. Like, bro, we're here. Like this is awesome.
Yeah, you guys
It
looked
was-
so
it was
fucking
weird.
happy in that.
Nah,
It was
wasn't.
so
There was no
weird,
negative
bro.
anything. Like there was no. It was no. We didn't even. There wasn't even like a weird adjusting. Like it lasted like it was like a shock
10
factor. It was
it was
more of a
like
shock
10
factor.
minutes.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes.
It was like a
lasts normally.
10-minute shock factor, and then it was like, all right, this is it. This is it now. And then it was just like life again. It was like, all right, now let's go get food.
That's
Like
We
so
had
it was-
a
crazy.
lot of late nights, bro, where we were just sitting up talking in his room, bro. It's literally just like Discord, but like real life.
Bro, like,
Not a
and I
difference.
feel
Awesome,
like
bro.
that changes that connection because, like Pure said, like we have this whole internet connection, like we're all close, but now that you two especially know each other in person, like I feel like that also just changes the dynamic and
Oh,
chemistry because
dude,
now it's like this is really my boy. Like I can
Exactly.
say I
It's
actually know him.
crazy.
right, because
Like, I
people
do-
don't
I
like
hate
people
being
like
home.
there's a stigma around people that don't do this thing that we do. That online friends is weird, and that's a bad thing. But bro, like I have more online friends at this point in my life than I do IRL friends, and like
Literally.
I trust these people more than I trust some IRL people.
Same.
Like I literally I
It's
spend
crazy,
more
bro.
time with you guys than I do any other people IRL.
Yeah. You
And
guys are
I
like some of
own
my
that.
closest friends.
But-
I like no person in real life can actually fucking compete to that.
Yeah, and like my
Crazy.
thing is this: why is that? The thing I've always been confused about is like, why is it a stigma? But we hop on Tinder and date random strangers.
Exactly.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro.
that's so
If
country.
you- and
like,
obviously, you guys aren't linking up on Tinder together, but you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, bro.
I mean,
you
I'd
know,
swipe
but
right.
It's like, wow. It's like the same analogy. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, it's two random
Nah,
people
see, that's
linking
worse
up
because
over
that's just a
platform.
random person. Like, we know each
And-
other.
Yeah,
Yep.
like y'all
Yeah.
actually got time to know each other. It's not like a random text like,
Exactly.
"Hey, let's go fuck" or some stupid shit like that. You know, like I mean, I don't know what y'all got into. You know what I'm saying?
No.
How we feeling about
Bro.
Rockamoose hitting Faze top
Bro,
100?
Faze
Man,
was,
come on,
bro,
yeah, I know you're
that
gonna.
was, bro, that
that
video, bro.
response-
Hey,
You guys
man.
already knew the whole idea behind it. We just explained it. The video was OC, bro. We'll have the link in the description. Go watch his Faze response.
Y'all gotta go watch
Bro.
that, man. And
I don't even know what to say about it, other than like definitely the craziest video that I'll probably ever make.
I actually
and-
have a question for you too when you're done talking about that,
Oh yeah,
that
yeah. no
video.
problem. First off, too, we can't forget about another co-host here in the podcast who is also going for Phase 1. Colby and Sidey both are in Phase 1. Don't put the lime on me about Phase 1. You guys are all going for it.
Yo, what do you, dude?
All
If
banger
all
responses,
three of
by the
us-
way.
Yeah, if all three of us make it, we gotta make a podcast
I'm
episode
confident.
like
Yeah,
going
I'm
crazy.
confident in y'all
would be
three, for
It'll
real.
insane.
be cra-
Man.
But no, I
I
actually
don't even
genuinely
know,
know.
man.
This is a question for both of you, honestly. You know, and for those that don't know, Faze Clan is the biggest esports gaming organization in the world. They
Fact.
started off as just a regular Call of Duty team, moved into it. Then now they own like crypto markets. They're partnered with NFL teams. They're partnered with
Massive.
big companies such as
McDonald's.
McDonald's. They are partnering with like HyperX microphones right now, which I see for the Phase Open
Still
responses.
Swans.
They're partnered
Bro,
with
all of the
Nissan.
above.
Company.
They're just a really
Nissan.
big esports company
They're massive.
with crazy merchandise. They're even partnering with like Kappa, Champion, everything. They just been killing it. And they're having an open challenge for all types of creators. And what we mean by creators is not just people who make YouTube content, musicians, designers,
Yep.
music video editors, any type of creativity that you can make, artists, whatever.
You put
You can go
anything
for it.
online, it could be. You
Yup.
could be in Phase for it.
Exactly. So
Yep.
that's what we're going for. It's an open competition. Millions of people are going for it, and only 100 people are getting picked. And there's only 70 slots left. But
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys, man, when you made your response, what was that creative process? I don't care who goes first, but I want to understand your creative process as to planning this challenge out and this video out. Did
Shit.
y'all-
wants to
Okay,
go
wait.
first?
Did you? Yeah. Keep continuing. I don't know if were you done with your question or is
yeah,
that?
yeah, I was done with my
All right,
question.
so the creative process started basically the moment that video ended because this motherfucker over here, Pierre, was like, "Hey, like you have to make that video now." And I went downstairs, talked to my mom and my girlfriend about it, and I was in a way trying to talk myself out of making the video because the video scared me because of how ambitious it was and what was on the line
Expensive.
for this video. It was very expensive. The video is probably going to be the most expensive video.
You had to
ever.
buy a last minute
But-
flight and everything.
Yeah.
Last minute
And
flight.
it was snowing, traffic,
Dude,
bruh, all that.
Fuck. So yeah. The creative process started the moment that day ended. I scripted most of that video. From
Execution was
the
well, by the
intro
way.
part.
Like, even regardless, it's an amazing idea, but if you execute it poorly with the editing, you could completely plummet the video.
Yeah,
But you did
I
good.
was nervous about it because I had to act like a YouTuber that had 1 million subs. That I'm not that person. Like I don't
Dude.
have 1 million subs, but I had to act like it when I made
I-
that video because that was a
I don't.
big fucking video.
I don't mean to cut you off, but what you just said right there, the production of that video, the way you filmed it, the formatting, like the way it was structured, it felt like you had 1 million subs. Like it felt
It was
like at the
crazy.
beginning, it was like a David Dobrik vlog of you traveling and all sorts of shit. It was very
That's
well
the-
executed.
That's the
I thought
type
it
of
was
shit that I
amazing.
wanted to. I thank you for that, man. Like for real. Like that's the type of shit that I wanted to really like show. Like that. It's like yeah, I got the gaming shit. And when you even reacted to it, he's like, you went a completely different route than probably I'm guessing everyone was expecting you to go. Because
Yeah, I did not expect
everyone
that
was
at
gonna
all,
do the same
bro.
shit.
Yeah,
Everyone
we
was gonna
didn't.
do the same
Nobody
shit.
knew, by the way. No one knew that this was happening. It was
No.
just like, boom, he dropped the response. Oh, what? He saw Pure? What? Like, it was
Yeah, it
like
was-
crazy.
You guys weren't even being like sneaky about it or like trying to give hints. It was just out of the fucking blue.
Bro,
I was
okay.
like, dude, what?
Fuck.
Yeah,
That trip
no, it was
almost didn't
crazy.
happen, bro.
Crazy.
The trip almost didn't even happen because of the day as I was going to leave, we got hit with like the biggest snowstorm we've seen in years. and we had to make a it was almost like in total 6 hours of driving just to get to the airport, but it would only be like an hour and a half. But we still made it. We got there, got home, got it all done, and they gave us graciously more time to work on it. Thank God.
If you didn't have that extra time, would you have been able to get it out?
Oh, yeah, I would have. It just would have been more stressful. And then my PC in the middle of all of that was taking a shit too.
Yeah, it was bad.
So it was not a good timing, but the creative process was definitely like, you have to put it all on the line. Even if you don't win this, at least you tried. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
You want me to talk about my experience making mine? And then
Yeah,
we can
dude.
go to
Tell us
Yeah.
about like your creative. Yeah, go for it, dude. Both of y'all.
So actually, for like, I'd say like the first 5 days, almost a week, was just me brainstorming of what I wanted to do, and then also the NorCal RC was still going on. So like the first week of Phase 1, I couldn't even really wrap my head around what I wanted to do, because at the time the NorCal RC wasn't extended. Like there was a due date, and the due date was like 3 or 4 days into Phase 1. So I couldn't I had to finish what I already started. You know what I mean? I had like 4 videos I uploaded that week, and the last one was the NorCal final response, right? So I was like, okay, I got to finish all these videos that I already started on before I go onto the Phase 1 video. So I finished the final response for NorCal, went pretty well, and then I was like, okay, now I got to do the Phase 1. And I was like, okay, I don't want to like copy and paste like RC responses, right? So I really tried to think of how I wanted to like, do it. And I saw so many other people's responses, because some people like uploaded theirs like 2 or 3 days into it. And I was like, okay, so most people are like, answering the questions, but you want to showcase your content, right? And I was pretty stressed because I wanted to do something creative, but and like kind of how Rockamoose did something completely out of the blue, very creative, but I couldn't do something like that, just money, right? But going into it, I was just like, okay, how do I create a really good video that like showcases who I am and like everything that I do? So what I tried to do was like do something new, and then also show everything I've done and capable of doing. So I did a skit. And I know that's like not like insane or crazy, but like for me, I've never done a skit before. And then I also the main like bread and butter of the skit was my girlfriend.
Right.
What's up?
It was a funny skit, by the way. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was funny.
It was really funny. I enjoyed your response a lot.
Yeah, I did too.
The bread and butter of that was my girlfriend. Like the first 30 seconds, if she didn't kill that like Oscar nomination performance, the skit wouldn't have.
She did a good job. Like she
wouldn't
didn't
have been, but like
it felt natural. Like that felt like it could have been a real conversation.
Like you
Yeah,
need to spend more.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna be completely honest. When I was first watching the video, I actually thought that's what you said to her. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like I thought that was really how the conversation went.
Because it didn't. Like most
really
people
did
like sound fake, bro. But she sounded legit when she was talking.
Dude, the timing was like, babe.
Yeah, I was like, babe,
Like,
you
it was
have
funny.
to like. I was like, look, I was like, I love you, but you have to pretend that like I'm a piece of shit. Like I really want you to get in.
She's a
me,
goat for
like,
that.
you're
She's a goat
actually
for
doing
that.
it. Yeah, and she like it took a couple of tries because she's like, I can't say that to you, and I'm like, babe, you have to like just
you
be
understand
me.
Like,
what's on the
come me
line?
up right now.
That's what I was like, you don't understand. You don't get it. Like I was like, please, like just pretend like I'm just this awful human being. I really want you to like just give it to me, right? And she fucking nailed it, right? So I tried something new, and then I also wanted to like showcase everything I've ever done. That's why I also showed the vlog footage from when I went to the Grand Canyon, because
That we never saw,
I do
by the
vlog
way.
sometimes. Yeah, and I've never uploaded that vlog. So I wanted to showcase every single thing I could do. I showed COD, Valorant, every game I played, different kinds of content, the vlogging. I even was going to showcase a gym vlog that I started, but I didn't have enough time because there was only 3 minutes. So I tried to show every different avenue I could do, because some people only showed one. Like they put all of their eggs into one basket. Is like, okay, I only do COD, which like that's not inherently a wrong thing. It's not bad. Like if you're cracked at it, but that's not like what we necessarily do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I tried to show I could do multiple things, and Mew reacted to it, a couple other people reacted to it, and a lot of people thought it went good. And I mean, it's doing very well right now. So, I got my fingers fucking crossed. I hope it does well, man.
Support for Unfiltered Cast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code UF at manscaped.com. Imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed, optimized trimmer that makes shaving your favorite time in the bathroom. Manscaped engineered the ultimate groin and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and incredibly comfortable grooming experience. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. I now feel confident shaving the bad boys. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code UF at manscaped.com. That is 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using code UF. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Back to the program.
I really
Dude,
do.
the anxiety that happens when people are being picked is crazy.
Oh, can I tell you
The
something real
last
quick?
one was insane. This last pick was insane because it was just like 5 were picked, break. 5 more were picked, break.
10.
Every time there was a break, you had that like,
Yeah.
fuck, I didn't make it.
And
you
we
were
were
like,
all live
scared.
streaming our reactions too. And
It was
dude,
so insane, bro. Congrats to everyone that
let
made
me-
it though.
Yeah,
For
for
real.
congrats.
yeah, there was a bunch of homies that have already made it.
By the way,
which is
shout out to our
super
NorCal
cool.
boys. 4 of 20.
Yeah.
Or
NorCal
four
boys.
of 30 winners are NorCal. Just had to throw
Yeah.
that out there.
That's
That's awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, but they're
That's
all
really
insane.
cool.
Like shoot at times response, ridiculous. Did y'all see
Blew
that?
my
That's the one I
fucking
sent in
mind.
chat earlier.
Yeah.
Shoot at his response. If y'all haven't seen it, bro, insane.
I DM'd him
My
when I
favorite
saw it on
response.
Twitter.
My favorite
And
response.
I was like, dude, insane.
It was ridiculous. But dude,
Like, it literally
freaking
makes it makes you think about like, yeah, I flew across the fucking country, but Shoot a Time made a goddamn movie. You know what I mean? It's like that
Yeah.
blew
It's like
my
this
mind.
dude stayed in his
Wow.
backyard, but fudge, like,
Yeah.
dang. Nah,
Yeah.
dude, Saidi, you want to tell us
Dude,
about
that's
your
good for
creative
first.
process as
To
well?
be honest, mine
Yeah, go.
ain't nothing special. To be honest, I had a lot of ideas. I found myself, which is very annoying. I have these ideas, but don't execute them because it's like in my head kind of thing. Like, but if I don't do this
Like
right,
an
but are they
overthinking.
gonna like this? Are they gonna like that? So I overthought it. So I went with the route that was more comfortable for now.
Right.
Classic montage. You know, I wanted to bring an old
It
school.
was
feel
nice,
online.
but that editor was swag.
I did
Yeah,
like it a lot,
mental
though.
bodied it. I wanted to bring a real old school vibe, but still showcase like I have a personality, which is why at the end I kept it short, sweet, concise. I kind of made it to where it's like it's exactly what you want. It's not too much, not too little, just right. And
Yeah.
the reason for that is because I wanted to keep it short and sweet, and I wanted to show I can get my point across. You know who I am. You know what I do. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I
executed it
sound
very
like.
well.
Here's the face of the name, right?
Yeah.
Is that better than a lot of the responses? Probably not. I'll be real, and I'm willing to accept that's constructive criticism of myself. But I was not mad at that response. I mean, bro, it got like 200 plus something likes on Twitter, and I honestly think like it was one of those responses that you just look at and you're like, oh yeah, like
It was
that
solid.
kid, that kid knows what he's doing. Because I always want to just get my point across right away. I don't feel like the need to drag it out. I know the thing was 3
Yeah.
minutes, mine was 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And I could have used that extra minute for something else, but like for what? You know, I could
Bro,
showcase my content a million times, but in my opinion, and the way I look at it, I get that you had to brand yourself. But my thing is like, what do I need to show for? Everything you need to look for showcases for itself. If you take a look.
Dude, I had to turn
know what I mean?
6 hours of footage into 2 minutes and 15
I don't know how you
seconds.
did that. That must have been terrible.
Bro, and it's like
yeah,
that
you
stuff
had to
too
cut
will
so
be
much good
kept
footage.
forever, bro. All that
Speaking-
stuff will be on an SD card.
Speaking of time
Speaking of footage on an SD card.
and an SD card, let's talk about your, memories that you have stuck in that SD card. Red Reserve,
book.
Red Rockamoose, man. Talk to us, bro.
We're gonna dive
For
into the
Ladies and
everybody that
story.
gentlemen.
doesn't know- for everybody that doesn't know, tell us, what is Red?
What is your experience?
Why is this story so big and what happened? I want you to go from the top. Give me a documentary.
Okay, so fuck sakes. All right. I
Thanks so
started
much.
making YouTube videos in like 2015 on a new channel. I've been making them for a long time, like ever since I was probably like the 5th grade. I've just been making videos, and fell in love with doing it. And when I found Faze, and evidently, the Faze House happened, and following that kind of group, Red Reserve also stemmed along the ways of doing their own shit as well. And for anyone that's in the Call of Duty community and the gaming community knows what Red Reserve was, which was basically at the time a B team for Faze Clan.
It's a gateway.
They even had the Faze logo. It was like if you were in
Right.
Faze, and if you were in Red, Faze had their eyes on you, and you were the closest person to joining Faze out of anyone if you were in Red,
Yep.
which was the team that you wanted to be in if you weren't in Faze. So me starting a YouTube channel in 2015, that was when I first started using the name Rockamoose on YouTube. I grinded every single day. Almost every day I was uploading Call of Duty videos, me sniping on various of different CODs, going for trick shots, even though I wasn't the greatest trick shot at the time. I was just making videos and having fun and really just enjoying myself, grinding for teams. Joined my first team ever, which was Trilogy Army. And from there, I stemmed over the ranks of these small, little, unknown teams, joining some, hey, okay, they're small, but we know who that is
Polo.
kind of teams.
Polo.
Polo was one of my first teams. And then I joined the Fame Union, like in the summer. Like I joined Fame. And that was a team that was like known for like botting followers and shit. It's just like it
I've
looked
been in
nice
one of
to
those.
be
I
there.
know what you mean.
Yeah, it looked nice to be there because they looked like they had a big following. You know what I mean? And they at one point they did, but they just botted the team to shit.
Mhm.
And I was in a Discord call with my friend Mello at the time. He's still one of my good friends to this day. And it was just me and him. And we were looking at this tweet that Red Reserve made, and it was like, there's a Red Recruitment Challenge coming soon, probably like when the new Call of Duty drops. And he had told me, he's like, if I told him I wasn't going to go for it, and I wouldn't go for a team that big because I was really, really small. At the time I had like 120 subs on YouTube. And he said, if you don't go for it, I'm not going to be your friend. That's what he told me. Like, straight up, we weren't going to be friends anymore if I didn't go for it. So
We
I
gotta
said,
thank
fuck
Mello
it.
now.
Who would have thought, bro?
Yeah, I think, dude, if he hadn't told
The
me that, I wouldn't have
unthinkable
done it.
came from that, bro.
Yeah,
that's
it's
wild.
crazy. And then I remember after that day, as the time goes on, Red Reserve, he's hyping up this recruitment challenge. World War II drops. I remember just begging to have that game because I didn't have money at the time. I still had to ask my parents for shit. So my mom and dad were like, fuck it. Like, we get it. I had nothing to prove my mom and dad either. Like, this was my dream, like content. Like, I had nothing to prove to them that this was like
Right.
insane. Even though they supported me, like there was nothing really to like, okay, this is not, like an investment we should make right now. They bought me the game anyway, and downloaded that bitch, played the day, uploaded every single
World War II.
fucking day of World War II. And then I think it was around Thanksgiving time, the Red Reserve Recruitment Challenge video dropped. And I remember I watched that video probably 20 fucking times, just back and forth, looked at every little thing, just like, they're gonna fly motherfuckers who win this out to the Red House. That's crazy. Like, joining Red is one thing, but getting flown out to the Red House, insane. And I've been watching the Red House like every day, like throughout high school, and like, dude, like just
Same.
watching them was like, I remember going to bed after school, and I was like, dude, I have a Knicks video, Kiwis video, Formula video, random video every fucking day, and then the occasional fifth video from Gandhi. Like, that was
And those
gas.
Gandhi's videos were insane.
Gandhi's videos
Gandhi
were
carried that
always
house, bro.
good.
Gandhi was
It
just a
was-
masterpiece of a content creator.
It was crazy, and Red Reserve wasn't even just like this little team anymore. And I remember just like thinking about it in my head. I didn't talk to my mom and dad about the recruitment challenge yet. And we got home, and I sat my mom down. I was like, hey, I need you to buy me Jerky XP and X Gamer so I can do this recruitment challenge. Because one of the requirements was make an ad for Jerky XP and X Gamer. Now, that was one of the requirements.
Really?
I remember that.
And I sat there like, fuck, like I have to do this. I told my mom about it. She didn't really know what to do. And I like sat her down and told her like everything, how this like stuff works. And it was like almost instantly, my mom and my dad just bought all the shit that I needed. It got to that house. And I remember taking the stuff to school and having like Jerky XP. I took Jerky XP to school and had people try it. I was vlogging them while I was doing that. And then I
That's
remember just still at that time, like I was going to school from 8 in the morning all the way to like 3:15. getting home and uploading on World War II every day. And this was still during that recruitment challenge. So I'm just grinding, not giving a fuck about anything, just red reserve. I remember getting close to like the end of the challenge where I still needed to make a biography submission, which is talking about myself, and then a content submission. I didn't know what to do. So my mom took me out to dinner that night, just me and her. We went to Applebee's and I ordered this salad because I was like, on my healthy shit. I got an Oriental salad and that shit was so fucking disgusting. It was awful. It had like this dressing on it. I'm like, bitch, I ain't gonna eat that the fuck. And I took that salad home, put it in my fridge, and then I sat down on my bed. I grabbed it, pressed the record button, and I started dumping food on my head when I was playing Call of Duty World War II. And that was my video.
Video, by the way.
That was
you
was
were
the
ahead
video
of your time.
It was crazy.
Classic.
So it's classic. So after I make that video, I didn't think anything of it. Made my biography submission, didn't think anything of it, and moved on. And after the recruitment challenge, I still uploaded every day. And I remember I was watching, I believe it was a Star Wars film at the time, and I saw like some players getting announced. Some people were being picked up and shit. Yeah, that was like wild to me. And I'm just getting excited because I was like, dude, I could be like one of those people. Like that could be me. And I just stopped thinking about it, right? So I remember this night very specifically. I made a video after taking like a 3-day break from YouTube because I just needed some time off. Took a 3-day break, made a video. It was titled Call of Duty World War II, parentheses, I missed this, parentheses. And I posted it. And in that video, I'm talking about how I miss making videos every day. And I'm sorry for being gone for just a couple of days, just needed time to myself. And I also brought up and just talk about the Red Recruitment Challenge. Like, I'm not even really thinking about making it or not because I don't want to hype myself up or like set myself up for disappointment or anything like that. I'm just happy that I went for it. And that night when I uploaded that video, I was out with my friends and I get a notification on my phone at 12 in the morning from Red Restrict, Red Formula, and Red Sands at the time. And I'm just getting gaslighted by these motherfuckers. Like, they are saying, like, bro, like, your video was awesome. We loved it. And I'm like, at that moment, I started screaming. I was like, Gavin. I was telling my brothers, like, Gavin, I just joined fucking Red. Like, and I didn't even get asked yet. It's like, I just joined Red. He's like, did they ask you? I was like, bro, they all just followed me. There's no way I didn't. So 2 days after that, like talking to Formula like through DMs, right? He posts a tweet saying that he found an underrated content creator and that he was going to post a video and shout that person out, right? And since it had been a couple days since me and him had talked, I didn't think it was going to be me because it had been a few days. And I thought it was going to be like Tristan or Colby at that time. It was like, dude, those are the only guys I could think about. Like, those were my people that I was like, fuck, I'm scared of them. Like, I'm like, not going to do it. It's like, yeah, Colby got found. Someone got found that he likes more. And like, I'm not going to get announced. Like, this is not going to be me.
At the time, sorry to cut you off, but do you remember at the time because he had found both of our videos like relatively like around the same time. He had commented on my video like, if you can upload more, we might have a gym here or something like that. And then a couple days later, he tweets that. So I mean, I at the time thought it was gonna be me. I had no fucking clue what was going on.
It was definitely a very intense time because I was like, fuck, I'm gonna go home and it's not gonna be me. So I get the notification on my phone, right? And I look at it and I don't even open it because I'm at my grandparents' house and I'm leaving. I get home, walk upstairs to my computer, turn it on and everything. And I open up my YouTube channel and I just start looking at, I have like the live sub count on the right side of my screen. I just start seeing like little ticks here and there. And I'm like, someone just like subbed to my channel. I didn't even think about it. And then it just starts skyrocketing. And then I open up Formula's video and I see my fucking name. By the way, the lettering was not misspelled, but he had the capitalization wrong. And I could tell that it was me. It's like, motherfucker, he just made a video about me, like straight up me. And I'm like getting this exposure.
No, that's how I found out about you, right? Like through
a
his
lot
video.
of people.
Same. That's actually how I found you too.
I'm just like,
literally how I found out who you were. Because
It's
of his
crazy
video.
how that all worked out. Because I remember I didn't know who
it's
you were.
insane.
And I used to like play with my friends, and my friends were like, "Oh, that kid, there's this underrated kid. He just shot up from like 500 subs to like 5K." And I was like, "Excuse
so
me," and I went and
crazy.
looked, and that's when I started watching you.
Whenever he shouted me out, my channel had 186 subs on it when he shouted me out, and I went from that to 1,000 subs that night. And I remember I was actually at my friend Jack's house. We had a lot of people over, and we were just hanging out, staying the night there, or whatever. And they got to witness me hit 1,000 subs on YouTube, like right next to me. All my friends gathered up. It's like a big moment because they've been supporting the videos. I wasn't getting any traction at that time. So then when I had that kind of break moment, like I'm just going ham. And I hit like 2,000, I think like 2.6 it was 2.3 that same night. And it slowed down a bit because it was a shout out. So I had to learn everything else on my own. Flashback 2 weeks later, formally like DMs me, he's like, "Hey, we want to do like a follow-up video on my channel where I like talk to the underrated like possible red recruit or whatever, and we'll just do like a little 1v1, whatever." I was like, okay. Beat his ass, by the way. Destroyed formula. I was a little nervous, so I was like, shit. That ain't gonna happen. But I remember like telling Mello, like before I got in there, I was like, "Mello, like I'm about to get in a call with him and like play. Like I'll be right back." He's like, "What the fuck?" So we're all geeking and shit. And it was him and Alley Cat. We were all in the same call. So I dip from the call. I'm in there with formula.
Yeah, I was about to say I forgot about it.
And then fucking my brother comes in. And he's sitting down there next to me, and he's like kind of listening in just so he can hear Formula's voice because Gavin's a big fan of them as well. So like, this is crazy that I'm talking to them. And fun fact, my brother even tweeted at random like 6-7 months beforehand and like random like interacted with it. And then I'm actually interacting with them. It was a weird time for him. Like to like see that. So
yeah, imagine the brother perspective.
Yeah.
After the 1v1, I won, obviously. And then he said, "Hey, do you want to join Red?" And I'm freaking out. My brother's freaking out. And then he's like, after that, like that's the best it could be. And then he invites me over to the Red House, like that same call. So I'm like,
that's fucking
not
crazy.
only did I like
Chills,
see
bro.
this recruitment video and say, wow, they're like inviting people to the Red House so they win. I told my mom and dad I was going to do it. And I did it. Like I was literally there. So
I just got chills.
Me too.
it's crazy.
Not even
But-
to like
Yo,
interrupt
Rock.
the story, but like it just makes you, I don't know, like hearing that gives you that ambition, and I can see why you especially are so ambitious about this. Is because like you damn near got like
You got a
like
taste,
usually
bro.
people say you can have not even a taste. He got a full bite
Yeah, he was there.
of what it feels like to basically make it. Right, you were
Yeah.
literally that step
You
away.
watched
Like
6 YouTubers.
you were literally
You
at-
woke up in
literally
the
in the
house
house.
with him.
That's
think about it. Like he was at the doorknob. All he had to do was open the door. Right, like
Yep.
he's right there. All the door had to do was open, and he was in. And it's
That's
like to be
crazy.
that
And
close.
the door got ran over by a tractor.
Yeah, for real.
Oh.
But like just for him to be that close, like that's why I have no doubt that you're gonna regain back there because you were already there back then and you've only gotten better with time.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
And that's what
You
I was
know?
gonna say, bro. You've already won a recruitment challenge to join a team and then get flown out.
fuck
And
the
you're going
recruitment
for another
challenge.
team to get flown out, dude. You got this, bro.
Fuck
Like,
the
there's
recruitment challenge and fuck all that. You were in at the time the best content powerhouse org. You
Yeah.
joined in the prime when everyone, I mean, I'm talking about people
remember
that
when
are
Chris was
huge.
there?
Like a lot of the big content creators right now went for you. Think about that. You beat a lot of these people who have millions of
Yep.
subs or hundreds of K subs right
You were
now.
there
You
with
were
them.
the first. No, he
That's-
was above them. He beat them. He was the guy. You got
There's
the
so
shout
many
out.
people
You
who
got
haven't
the fly
accomplished
out.
what you've
You
done.
got like, bro, you got to really like, I want like everyone in the audience to really understand this, like this moment, because I feel like you don't get, and I'm not trying to gas you, but like, I really feel like
Yeah.
you don't get the credit or respect that you deserve.
Sorry to interrupt the podcast, but I would like to give a word to our sponsor. Support from Unfiltered Cast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions around the world. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. They just launched our 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 4 million men around the world who trust Manscaped. This exclusive offer is for you for 20% off using code UF at checkout and free worldwide shipping at manscaped.com. Imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed, optimized trimmer that makes shaving your favorite time in the bathroom. The 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced safety technology. Now I feel confident shaving my boys. Get 20% off and free shipping with code UF at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using code UF. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Bro, this is 2017 we're talking about. The people that he was competing against are people that have millions of subs now. A lot of these guys are full content creators. The guys he was in talks with, the people he was collabing with, like Formula, had less than 100K subs at this point in time. He is at 4 million now. I want you to know what level Rockamoose was at, and he's much better. He is even higher than that level. Unfortunate events that we don't got to touch on, like you already talked about on last podcast. His channel got hacked. He got shit stripped away from him, but I really feel like y'all need to understand and respect him and know, like, don't let his sub count, don't let his analytics fool you. This motherfucker is a beast in the woods, bro, just waiting to come out, bro. Like a beast in the woods waiting to come out. Y'all gotta understand, bro. The times were different, of course, but if Rockamoose is still one of the best in this shit, and if y'all want advice on anything, that's the motherfucker you should ask, because his Faze response proved it. He's been proving it. Your mind when it comes to content and recruitment challenge is you're always like 5 steps ahead. Who the fuck thinks to fly out and do a random meetup with somebody I don't know, bro. I'm not trying to go off topic, but I'm just saying, bro, like, I love how sporadic and like, you know, I don't know. It just got me worried.
I feel like the only thing holding Rock back is just a loss of direction of where to go. Yeah. That's the only thing.
You can't blame him. I mean,
I can't. No, that's a valid reason. That's as soon as you figure out where you want to go, and then you take the steps to go there, and you full send that.
Yep.
You're there.
I think the best thing about that, and I'll touch on what Pierre's talking about here in a second, because it all correlates with each other here. There's a lot of, and I want to like put a little disclaimer here, because I am going to talk about events at the Red House, and I am going to speak on that. And there's a lot of information that not a lot of people understand or know, and I want people to know that anything that I say is not in any way of a negative intent. I love all the people that were at the Red House, everyone that gave me a chance there. This is all love. Nothing here is to shed like any negativity on them, because they didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Nothing they did was malintent or anything like that. So after getting recruited to Red Reserve, there was a period of time right there where I had to get up from my chair, tell my mom and dad I just got into Red. I'm flying out to the Red House. That's how it's going to be, right? Me and Formula got in a Discord call. We got the plane tickets all sorted out. I'm flying out like March, like 14th or some shit. I don't even remember. I just know I was flying out spring break. And I remember actually like a week beforehand, it had been like a month almost since I'd been recruited. Like still no one knows, because I was going to be showcased at the Red House when I was there. I'm walking around. I'm with my family, and I get a text from Formula on my way home from hanging out with family. And it's like, yo, can we get in a Discord call? And the night before, I had thanked him for everything he's done. But that text back was what I received back. It was like, let's get in a Discord call. We have to talk. That conversation was me being released from the team because management at the time that was taking over Red was about to pretty much kill the team.
Sorry to interrupt you. How long ago, like, from when you joined to when you got released, how long were you in the team?
So I joined January 13th. I got kicked February 19th.
So you had only been in the team a month.
And month 3 days.
You got this text.
I hadn't even
That's
really
scary,
been.
Dude.
I hadn't even really been in the team.
You didn't get
though.
to experience being in. You weren't really in the team.
Dude, yeah, I wasn't even in
chat. It was like an under the table
no one
deal.
knew I was there. Yeah, I was just like I was there, but I wasn't announced yet. So he told me that management is like cutting like the content people like 50%. Like it's a crazy amount. They're getting rid of almost everyone. And sadly, I was one of those people I had to get rid of. And then I was like, you know what? I had no malintent towards that. I was not mad. I didn't
so you weren't even announced at this point?
No, not even close. I didn't even go to the Red House yet. And this happened.
Wow.
So, and that's what a lot of people don't a lot of people like have heard different stories about that. Was that I got kicked before I even showed up to the house? But no, some people even thought I got kicked while I was at the house because in their videos, if they even brought me up, they didn't really state my name. They just kind of like mentioned that someone was supposed to join. And I guess it was, I'm glad that they didn't state my name in those things because it was just a really hard topic to go on because at that time it was just like Twitter and shit was like a fuck fest. Everyone's asking you questions. Yeah. Everyone's like now finding out like, holy shit, this kid joined Red. Like this is the kid that did it. Like he didn't just fly out or anything. He got like kicked. He lost his chance or whatever the fuck. So I didn't get kicked when I was at the house. Just wanted to put that out there. Again, no malintent. So got kicked. I told him it's okay. Like understand, like shit happens. It's business is business. I was cool with it. I wasn't like crying or anything. I was definitely like defeated. Like fuck, really? Like that just happened. So the week after that, pretty much, like I think it was like 2 weeks after I fly out to the Red House. And that's probably going to be like, I don't even know what it's like for them to fly someone out that they just had to release from their team. Because what are you going to do? You can't showcase him. Like he can't be on the Red channel. He can't do like this kid has to be like pretty much unseen from Red. But I was able to tweet out that I was there. I was able to do that at least. Like I was able to say that. They were like, hey, you know you can tweet that you're here, right? Like you don't have to like hide that or anything. I was like, yeah, I get it. Like tweeted out like a picture of me with Big Bird. Yep.
Was you being invited to the Red House? You got invited while you were in Red. Like before you got kicked, you were invited, but then you got kicked before you had actually flown out there. So that's what like kind of made it all awkward.
Yeah,
that's so awkward.
There was a very awkward moment there, but it all kind of went away because I got off the plane. Gandhi and Formula picked me up. That's ridiculous. The fucking RAV4 just pulls up. I'm like, fuck. I'm talking to Gandhi and Formula just about like my life all the way to the Red House, and you pull up there and the iconic fucking house that you see on YouTube, and you walk in. And the weirdest part is I knew where everything was.
Yeah, they're like, bro, what are you doing? Like, bro, don't worry, I know where the bathroom is, where the pantry.
I know where it is already. Yeah, I can show myself to my room. Like that's it was so easy for me to go in there. I remember getting a hug from random. I met Spicy Penny. Kiwi.
That's crazy. Wait a minute. I just remembered. He was a tomahawk trick shotter back then, right?
Yeah, he was.
You know what's crazy? That used to be my boy back on BO1. He was a BO1 tomahawk. We used to play all the time. I'm in one of his big shots. It's with a new tube on WMD. He cross-mapped new tube off the ladder stall for his red response. I was in that video. I'll tell you which one's me off camera. I'll show you what my name is, but I remember him. I remember him.
Connections to everything.
It's crazy as fuck, bro. It's like, so I meet Spicy Penny, and me and him hit it off actually a lot. Like me and him were like really, really cool. And actually, just recently, he DM'd me on Twitter asking to like play like Warzone or something at some point.
Oh shit!
Which is like pretty funny. I haven't talked to him or like heard from him in a long time. But yeah, Spicy Penny still exists, does this thing. But after that, I was Formula took me upstairs, and I walked into the big Wee's room, bro. Met Kiwis. Yeah, that was. Kiwis was someone that I really like, I looked up to the guy. Like I really did. Like he was the one I watched throughout all the years of like Call of Duty and stuff. Like this is the person who was like, damn, like if I'm going to do like anything. And a lot of people like to compare me to him because of mannerisms or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, just like the way you like kind of like put yourself on camera. It was very similar to how
a lot of people did. Yeah,
I mean, just how like people fucking compare the way I present myself to Jev. I mean, it's just.
And so you're gonna try not like copy per se, but try and go in the same direction that the people that you look up to go, and like kind of like try to follow their steps. Yeah. That's how they did their thing. So meeting him was a really crazy moment, and he was cool too. 6'5", dude, that's fucking wild.
Big guy.
Formula 6'5" and Kiwi 6'5", like that.
That's crazy, and that kid was ahead of his time too for content creation too. Spicy Penny, he was ahead of his time.
It was
back then. He was actually wow. Yeah, it's just crazy, bro. Like. Not even to interrupt, but like you see how big of a scale and reach this was. Like Kobe had mentioned, like how it all connects the dots. Like, bro, like look at that. Like, look how big of a caliber that was, bro. Like in that era. Like I still think I feel like the gaming space, especially, and the content space really lacks that one thing that gets everybody going. Like there's no org or team that had that factor that had everyone in the palm and wanted everyone to be in that team. Like I felt like at one point. And y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. At one point, Red was looked at higher than Faze. At one point, it got to that point where Red kind of was bigger than Faze.
If you think about it this way, Faze isn't like, I know when Carl left Red, well, not Red, but left
Faze and joined Red. People were like,
that was
a turning point.
Wild.
And it became a thing where a lot of people started to do it. And
it was like Red was on its uphill incline when Faze like stopped playing COD and stuff, and people were like, "Bro, why aren't y'all playing COD?" So they would result to Red, and then people were watching Red more. Like I would agree. I would agree.
It's just sad, man. I really wish what happened to Red never happened, because I would have loved to see where they would have been today.
Bro, as far as content, like, bro, they produced high quality videos, bro. Like, bro, there's no one in Faze like Gandhi.
No one. Gandhi was 5 years ahead of his time.
Insane.
The way Gandhi edits now is what people are just learning. Think about that. And that man, this is how you know he's like ahead of his time. He's literally like making movies, documentaries, music videos with Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish. Like,
that's wild, bro.
Crazy, man.
And think about that. You were in the same team as a man like that at that time. Like, think about that for a second, dog. Like, gas yourself a little bit, dog.
I don't even know what to think of it, man. Because it was like, after like meeting Kiwis and everyone else, like seeing Nicks and like seeing these people that you've like only known from the internet, it becomes real that these people are real. And I didn't freak out or anything when I saw them. I was like very calm and collective about it, because they're normal people. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to freak them out or anything. I didn't do anything that would
like if you were to like fan and like start fucking freaking out, make them feel uncomfortable, weird. Because like at the end of the day, they're people just like us in their fucking bedrooms making videos, you know?
Yeah.
So after that, it was just like a week of all of us just like hanging out, and I got introduced to Dragon Ball Z from them, and I watched it as a kid, but I didn't like really watch it like that. OC. Like that was like, that's why they were all watching it. I mean, we recorded a ton of videos there. Gandhi, me, and Nick had gone out a lot of times, but one thing I will say, like, even though that was a very, very memorable moment in my life, and I will never forget it, and I'm so blessed to have had that opportunity and that experience. To be honest, it was not I would say it's not the best time for me to be there. That moment of time was a very rough time for Red, and I remember my first day being there, like Nick's apologizing to me about it. I was in the car with all of them, and there was like a very like serious moment where it's like, we're sorry that this happened. Like, this shouldn't have happened.
About like you being released and like, the whole situation.
They were all sincere.
Tough.
I could imagine how awkward that is too. Like, it was shouted this guy out. You just put him all on the map just for you to have to drop. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, from a viewer standpoint, it was very confusing. Like, weren't you just gassing this guy? Why the fuck would you release him? But obviously, there was a lot of contracts and terms of service that they couldn't really speak on at the moment. I remember that. I do remember that.
It was definitely that was a very like rough time to see. Like, as much as like I loved all of them. They were all great. They were great people in person. Nothing like wrong like that. But I generally think in that time it was probably not good to have someone there, right. Especially I didn't really notice it at my age at that time. But when I grew up, I started like remembering things. I was like, damn, maybe I wasn't really supposed to see that. Kind of a thing. It was just more so like there was some tension in the house. Nothing like awful. It's just like it was tense. I mean, like Red was kind of going to shit at the time. They're very stressed out. They're all transitioning over to Fortnite, and views are low at that time because they're transitioning from COD all the way to a different game. Like, they weren't really popping yet, and I knew for a fact like that was probably definitely a stressor for most of the people. And I know that there was even some jokes about like ad revenue not being there. And it was just like, damn, like it kind of sounded like financial issues were happening. And it was really like hard to see. And I was like, fuck, well, that was intense.
Wow.
But I could imagine, especially because like, from the outside, like for perspective, for a lot of us, it's like, we see that and we think that's the dream. We think they're well off. We think they're living the dream. And then it gives you a harsh reality, which like I think a lot of people forget, is how tough it really is to maintain being a content creator. You live by one check a month, Twitch or YouTube. Like, you got to really understand that you live by one check a month, excluding brand deals and stuff from your platform, one check a month.
And you don't even get to that brand deals until you're popping. So it's a struggle as a small creator.
And like I was saying
for a while.
And like I was saying, it wasn't like like they didn't do anything to make me feel uncomfortable, like anything like that. I wasn't uncomfortable, but I was like, I kind of felt bad because I felt like I was kind of imposing at one point because I was like, damn, like they had to bring someone.
Support for Unfiltered Cast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family drools. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 4 million men who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code UF at manscaped.com. Now imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed, and optimized trimmer that makes shaving time your favorite time in the bathroom. I'm one of the first to try the new 4.0. I actually have it with me right here, and I am honestly blown away by the performance. The craftsmanship and the details on the 4.0 are next level. Now it's time to get your own ball, hair, and body trimmer with Manscaped to make me time the best time and enhance your confidence with some nice, smooth boys. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code UF at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code UF. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Like someone here, and now there's like a 16-year-old kid that is just there.
Yeah.
And they're adults, you know what I mean? Like that was tough. And I was like, damn. Like I knew Random was leaving. I knew Random and Gandhi were leaving Red before they even left, because me and Random and Nick went out to Steak and Shake late at night. They just invited me, and that was cool. It was a cool moment. And Random got a call on his phone that his house got approved in Texas. I was like, wow, he's leaving the Red House. And Gandhi told me that he was going to be moving out of the house too, because he's going back to school and he's just getting ready to go. And I was like, fuck, like there's some going on that I don't really know about. And I remember going home and telling Gavin, I was like, dude, amazing experience, but Red's going to end. And it was tough. It was like
really experiencing it all.
Yeah, it was tough as hell to see that, man. I was like, fuck, like that was crazy. And to get away from like this negative like aspect right now, I mean, like that, the house, like, again, was a dream trip. Would do it again like 1,000 times over. But it's at that time just very stressful for people. Red actually ended up like ending not long afterwards and formally told me to make a video about not getting my chance. And he wanted people to hear about it. And I think he actually shouted me out one more time after that, because
that video popped off. I remember that
video popped off. And he's like, they're like, he shouted out me and Emma in a video.
Oh, I love Emma.
Had our links in the description. And so she's an amazing girl. Emma and her girlfriend, both amazing people. Love them to death. I love them. I'm able to talk to them from time to time. They're great.
She's a goat on Warzone too.
She is a goat. And
she's goated.
I just remember like going home and absolutely not knowing what to do. So I just made videos every single day again. Just kept going. And then August 1st, Crypt was like, hey, I got a video that I want to make. Like, let's go. Like, I was like, fuck. If y'all know who Crypt is like a rapper, like stayed in Red after the whole revamp of Red Reserve and the crazy shit. Red was getting a lot of hate. They brought like a montage back that was like the Revival Team Taj, or it was I think that's what it was. I think it was the Revival Team Taj.
And that was during the BO4 days, right?
It was the Red. It was the Redemption Team Taj.
Redemption. Yep.
It was,
and it was on BO4, right? Like it was in the BO4 era.
No, BO4 hadn't been released yet. So it was like,
I know they were around when BO4 was around, that new gen that you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember watching the video and I'm like, holy shit. Like that was crazy. And me and Rec were like really close friends at the time.
Shout out my boy Rec.
Still love the kid. I fucking love him. But he got me in a call with I think the CMO, Alex Gonzalez. He got me in a call with the CMO of Red Reserve. And we were just talking about it. And I go on a rant about how like after seeing that montage, like I don't care how much hate there is about the team. I don't give a shit. I will stop at nothing until I'm playing Black Ops 4 with Red Reserve in front of my name. And I was just saying, I want this so bad. 2 days later, Crip's like, hey, let's make a video. And he surprise recruits me to Red. I finally got my chance.
I remember that.
I remember that, yeah.
I remember
on this SD card.
I remember finally seeing that tweet, joined Red Reserve. We got
rejoin,
to see it for the first time.
It was the rejoin Red, bro.
Yeah.
Like that
rejoin.
It was a
like thousands of likes.
Crazy experience. And on this SD card right here, that I'm showing you guys, I have
power
the
of
lost
all the
band,
footage.
you know.
all.
Don't
I
break
have
it.
I have all the Red House footage on this SD card, and I may or may not. I haven't decided yet, but I
He
might
will.
start cutting it up.
He will. He will.
Where I'm going to
We're gonna
We'll make
make
sure he will.
We will make him.
documentary about my time at the house and just talk about that crazy
Until
experience.
he finally fucked up.
Hey,
Man.
you know what I think
There's
though?
ancient history card, bro.
No, for real.
You hold in the palm of your hand,
It's like the Infinity Stones, bro. Just
Infinity stuff.
right, bro?
You know what I find
You make,
interesting
like an hour
too
long show.
What'd you find interesting?
is like, so you know how like Red had that like, not the redemption arc, whatever you want to call it, redemption arc, whatever you want to say. It's crazy to think that even with a whole new management staff, Red still became the biggest team in that moment again. Like now, obviously, it could never happen again. Like nobody wants to see it be touched, but the fact that it had that legacy, because I remember that they picked up Rhyme, and Rec.
Rhyme. It was the people that were in the team at that time. It was Green, Arkin, Frozzy, Mist, Rec, Crypt, and Ems at that time. And Twyman. Twyman was also there.
Twyman, yeah.
Didn't
So
they
those are
also
the-
recruit
Oh, and Rec-
too?
Rec was also there too. Ryman definitely didn't join until after the recruitment challenge.
After the recruitment shot.
They went for the
Okay.
RSP.
It's just weird to think because like, okay, like the first gen of Red ending in our eyes, like from viewers and like from your eyes, it's like, damn, that sucks, right? But when we look at it from the people in Red's point of view, I think that might have been one of the best things that could have happened to them. They moved out. They've grinded content. Then they joined Luminosity on contract, went to a mansion, started 1%. Like, think about everything that happened after. Because, like, let's just say Red didn't end. They would have,
man.
yeah, like, let's just say hypothetically Red didn't end. Not saying they weren't ambitious or anything, but like, who knows if everything would have played out the way it played out because they were so focused on running an org versus their own brand. So it's so weird to see that double-edged sword from us. Like, from one end, like for us as fans, it sucks, but from them, it's probably, of course, it probably sucked from them watching their bread and butter go, but like, look what it turned into.
Right.
I
It
don't
turned
know.
into something that will.
That just shows
It's an amazing story.
even if something fucking bad happens, you can make something great out of it. At the end
Yeah,
of the day.
for real. And
Just let it
Rockamoose, you're
happen.
dropping that vlog, by the way. Don't say if I will, you will.
Okay.
It's a great story. You
will.
have
Yeah.
to make a piece of content on it.
Yeah, literally, you have to, bro. You have to.
It's just like the main thing that I will always say about this, especially about Red Reserve, is like if you have a dream, okay, never give up on your dream. Don't let anyone tell you that your dream is stupid, and don't let anyone influence you to give up on something because something didn't work out. Like, think of Ludwig, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch. He didn't blow up until he was 24 years old. I'm 20 years old. I'm turning 21 soon. So it's like, I'm not
Ninja,
done.
27.
Ninja. Yep.
And
27.
we've
could
all
be-
started this since we were like fucking 14.
I
You know,
could do
yeah.
this as what's it called? I could be working a job after getting my associate's degree, my bachelor's degree, and I'd still be doing this. It won't end. It won't end. So like, never give up on your dreams. and
Yeah,
I'm
there's
pretty
no
sure at
age.
some
There's
point
no
you'll
age.
We
There's
could do
no
this
age
for
gap.
9 more
I mean,
years
look
and
at
then
Keemstar, bro.
blow up.
Keemstar didn't make it till he was like 30 something.
Yeah, he
Yep.
worked the 9 to
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, bro.
He was a
Like,
lawyer.
Clown
It's
team,
the-
that man accomplished what no one said could at that
Yeah.
time period. At that time period, that was unheard.
yeah, like that's what I'm trying to
And
tell
he's
people is
still a
like
decade later.
the COD community tries to make fun of people and like just the community tries to make fun of grown men that do content, but it's like, oh, when they make it, now everybody's a fan. Oh my gosh, he's this, he's that. This is how I can give the best messages.
Than the applause.
They're gonna pray on your downfall when you're coming up, and when you get up, they're gonna praise you. But always
Yeah.
still secretly plot on that downfall. And I just think you can't, give up on a dream because all odds are against you. Yes, as you get older, it gets harder. You got more bills to pay. You probably get a family. But think about
Right.
how much more worth it is if you make that dream come true. You can be that motivating to your family or to whatever generation or somebody, because guess what? They know you went
Facts.
through the mud.
Yep.
Bro, for Ninja to
mean, look at
make it
Batman.
at
He has a whole-
27. No, but
Yeah.
like Ninja to make it at damn near 30 and not only make it, but literally grasp the entire community by his nuts and become what was the biggest gaming sensation we ever seen in the world at
Homie
27.
Or Rake.
Yeah. And Travis Scott.
Like, that's
like,
crazy.
I don't contender right here. I'm telling you right now, bro. I say that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love you guys. Hey, Unfiltered Cast, you already know we coming to motherfucking bangers,
Ja,
man.
dann Toten.
Like it up. We out. Peace.
Peace.